Not gonna lie, feels kind of weird doing a video and not having to talk about Star Wars, but if I'm gonna do it, I might as well do it with a Tarantino movie, right? So The Hateful Eight is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino and stars Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and a handful of other great performers. Stranded in a cabin during a blizzard, 8 strangers try to bear a storm over a couple of days, and they slowly become suspicious of each other, and then we have this really fun Western murder mystery movie. Now I want to get this out of the way. I sort of have like a love-hate relationship with Quentin Tarantino movies. Aside from Pulp Fiction, I have to see his movies at least twice to really fully appreciate them. I definitely felt that way after Inglourious Bastards. First time I saw that one, I was like, what is everybody talking about? I really didn't like the film. But after the second and third time, I'm like, this movie's amazing. So I'm going to go see this movie again, and maybe it might change my outcome and my overall thoughts. But overall, I really enjoy this film. I think it's a great film. And if there's one thing that Tarantino does very well in this film, is dialogue. His dialogue is always very interesting and captivating, and it's very present in this film. There's plenty of scenes in this movie where people are just sitting around talking, giving you exposition and history of each character, but like it's done in a way and it's written so well. You're constantly really interested and you want to learn more about each character, and that's something I have to give this movie props for. And the film is shot very well. The film looks amazing, and Tarantino uses a lot of long takes in this film, and it's not just to use long takes just for the hell of it. He uses long takes to create tension and just sort of hold on certain characters to let you in on their emotions. Again, showing, not telling. And I really love the use of the camera in this film and the way he would move the camera around the scene to sort of direct your eye and direct your attention to certain points where you're supposed to be looking, and just, again, create an overall sense of tension and to create that sense of who's doing what, because it's a murder mystery. And I hear a lot of people comparing this movie to Clue, and it's a great comparison because it's a murder mystery, and like throughout the film you slowly become suspicious of other characters as other characters become suspicious of them as well. And when this one thing happens, you start sort of like piecing things together. It's like, all right, that guy was sitting over there when that happened, so it can't be him, but this other character pointed this out, so you're kind of like piecing things together and you're trying to try to solve the puzzle of the film. And that's something that I really enjoyed in this film. And another thing that Tarantino does very well, he gets the best performance out of each of his actors, and everybody in this film had a really, really good performance, especially Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson was easily my favorite part about this movie. He's so likable, and his delivery of each of his lines is just so Samuel L. Jackson-esque, but then also staying true to the character. And especially in this one monologue that he gives, and he's talking to this one character, and that's awesome. I absolutely loved Samuel L. Jackson in this movie. And one of the things I got from this film was that Tarantino wanted this to be a film-going experience. I mean, from the fact that he shot this movie in 70mm, there's an overture in the beginning of the film, there's an intermission in the very middle, and the movie's told in chapters. And all those elements together does give the movie a very old-timey cinematic quality, not just with how the movie looks, but just overall how you take the movie in and how you experience it. And I think Quentin Tarantino is one of those directors out there that he's really holding on to the use of shooting movies with film and trying to stay away from the digital age of filmmaking. And the fact that the story is told in chapters, it really separates you from like that traditional 3-act structure. And the last 2 chapters of this film really make the movie. For the first couple of chapters, you get mostly of just history of the characters and mostly exposition through dialogue and the way the characters interact with each other. But the last 2 chapters really take off and really made the movie for me. And like I said before, the first couple of chapters of the film sort of are just exposition, just you learning about each character and how each character knows each other's reputation, because we have 2 bounty hunters and a couple other handful of characters, and like, for me, I was really enjoying the dialogue, but I can really see how these scenes sort of teeter on the edge of boring. Because if you go to this film hoping to see a lot of gunshots, a lot of action, you're gonna be a little disappointed, because it is a very dialogue-driven movie, and you can easily get bored for the first couple of chapters, and then when it takes off in the last 2 chapters, you're like, okay, where the was this for the rest of the movie? And though the intermission does add to the old-timey film experience, it did take me out of the movie a little bit. I felt had the intermission not been there and just jumped straight in to the next scene, I would have been held in the movie a lot longer, and just not, because it was like a 20-minute intermission, and I like, oh, what, I don't want to go to the bathroom, I don't need to go to the bathroom, so I'll just browse on my phone, and that took me out of the film for a little bit. So that I was kind of wondering, did they need the intermission? I understand why he put the intermission in there, but I was kind of like, I don't know, I didn't agree with the intermission as much as Tarantino intended it to be. And also after the intermission, this weird narration comes up that was never present in the first half of the film, and I was like, I kind of felt that like the narration is out of place a little bit, and just like, it was really weird. It wasn't like the narration was present throughout the entire film. It just sort of popped up in certain points, and I was like, it was kind of strange. It didn't feel like it fit into the movie very well. And it just kind of told you certain things, like, hey, just in case you forgot about this happened and this happened. So I was like, I could have done without that. And the biggest thing I didn't like about this film was, like, throughout the film, I sort of start piecing puzzles together of like, well, maybe this guy did it, or maybe that guy did it. I mean, what's going on? Should I trust this character? Should I be worried about this other character? And I had fun speculating, and like, oh man, this is great. Like, I love the mystery behind this movie. But then during like the second to last or the last chapter, the movie just like puts it all out there. It's like, here you go. This is what all these characters are, and it's like, well, you ruined it for me. I mean, I was having so much fun just sort of trying to solve the mystery myself, and the movie's just like, here you go, and that it kind of spoiled it for me a little bit. But despite all of that, I still enjoyed myself in this film. It is a great film to go see, and I think the second time I watch this film, I'm gonna dismiss all those problems I have with it and just enjoy it more the second time around. So Hateful Eight definitely gets a high five. So you love watching movies but hate spending a ton of money on tickets? Great solution, it's called MoviePass. Accepted nationwide, MoviePass allows you to see a movie every 24 hours for a flat monthly rate. So you can go from month to month or sign up for a year subscription. So go to the link here and start your free 2-week trial today. So The Hateful Eight, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Leave a comment below, tell me your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you can click right here and see more videos. Bye, Andrew.